welcome back to our little gardening show. Today is processing day.
Yep.
So we're gonna try to get some canning done, process some of these vegetables that come in. Ruthie, what are you doing?
Processing the zucchini.
What are you doing with it?
We're using this food processor to kind of shred it up, and then we're going to put it into some bags and freeze it.
Yep, freeze it for what? What are we going to use it for?
Zucchini bread and other recipes.
Yeah. So we got a lot of gray squash and black beauty zucchini squash. She's kind of cutting up right now. Over here, we've got some now we're gonna keep this for fresh eating.
Got some fresh cucumbers.
We're gonna make pickles today. These are just some of the pickles we've got. So should be a fun day. We got the zucchini processed and then Ziploc bags. Now we're doing green beans. You got water ready. Couple jars packed and prepped. We got 7 more in a canner below. So, bud, let's get downstairs and show them what's going on. Come on, right now. Bub's being a little stubborn here, but I wanted to show you the setup. Bud, you want to talk us through what we got going on down here? We got our turkey burner going. It's already lit. I didn't have one of those instant triggers, so I just dropped the match in there and then turned the gas on. It's on really low right now, but there's already a good deal of heat coming off that. I don't know if you can really see the flame. You can't, but we got our canners here. Real bummed about this. Handle broke, so I'm going to have to get a replacement on this one here. But here we go. We got this canner ready to go. 7 quarts. They've already been packed. Basically, the recipe is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, green beans, and then hot water, up to the fill line there, basically. And
well, this is cold, but that's
gently put the lids on. Make sure there's nothing. You rub your finger around it. Make sure there's no residue after the jars have been washed. Put the seals on, the rings. You screw them down to they're just not super tight, but they're on there. So what we're going to do now is put the lid on this thing.
Can't you set it like this?
Okay, so the lid's on. Bud, you want to help me turn this shut? Maybe I've got it backwards. Here, you can film. Here, you're going to need to film, Bud. I think I've got it past the, it needs to go this way. Yeah. So now it's shut. What we're going to do now is put it on the flame, and we're going to turn the heat up, and then once steam starts coming out the top, we're going to drop our little weight on there, and I think it's 10 pounds. I'll have to read the book. I'm pretty sure it's 10 pounds. Just goes on there for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and just let this, make the hissing sound. How we know it's going to be just right is as long as this is still jiggling and making a jiggling noise, it's just right. If it's just straight air, even though this weight's on here, we hear all this hissing and no jiggling, it's too hot. We need to back it down. Now this canner here, can you see this one? Does have a little safety feature on there. This plug will come flying out if pressure builds up to too critical. That's kind of fail safe to keep the canner from exploding. So you don't want your finger in there. You ready, bud? I'm gonna put this canner on there. Oh, it's heavy too. Alright, so it's on there. We're going to crank the heat up.
There's lots of
just gonna kind of wait now. This is the fun part. We're just gonna wait, kind of hang out until that thing starts hissing. Once we see steam coming out of the top there, we're gonna drop our weight on. So, this is really the ideal way to can in the summertime, is to do it outdoors, you know, so you don't heat up the house, you don't have the mess that's in the house. We got a little table staged up with a moving blanket that's doubled over, so that when this is done, you know, this is like a hot pad. We'll be able to, we'll let the canner sit there for a little while.
Because the table is plastic.
Yeah, we'll let the canner sit there for a little bit, and then
once you hear that,
put it on here and let everything kind of cool down. I might actually get I think I've got a ceramic tile we can take out of the table that's outside. You want to go get one of those tiles that's in the table outside? The outside table we eat on, you can take that tile up, bring a towel down here real quick.
is this thing on?
It's on. It's on. It's on because that's where the gas is coming from, bud. Go get a towel from the table.
You need a tile?
A tile, yeah. A little shout out to Matt and Nina back in Indiana. Matt gave me this turkey burner. We borrowed it from him one season to do this, and he just told us to keep it, you know, when we were moving. So appreciate that. We're putting it to good use. Now once that one's done, even though the handle's busted on this to grip it, we'll probably still use this canner because I can grab it with hot pads to Frugal Prepper. Tom over at Frugal Prepper gave me a tip on this because my dad had cleaned this out with I'm trying to remember what he used to clean this out, but since that time, I don't know if it's the residue from the soap he used or whatever, the jars have been a little cloudy on the outside. So I'm going to try putting a little bit of, like a teaspoon of vinegar in the water, so that when we can this next batch, we'll see if the jars come out clear. He thought they would if I did that, so I'm going to try that. Waiting for Bud here to bring the tile from the table, so that we'll have a little tile plate, a little layer of protection, so that we don't melt this blanket. I don't think we would melt this blanket because this is just, you know, cotton. It's the same material on like a hot pad or something, but
I got two because I figured
oh,
it could
okay,
be for
good job, bud.
Because it could be for that crock pot also.
So we'll use these tiles then to set our finished canner, let it cool off, and then we'll be able to set jars and stuff out and all that. So, all right, now we just hurry up and wait, bud. There you go. Perfect. Cool. All right, so now the canner's ready. We got steam that's coming out the top of that, and so we're going to put our little weight on there at 10 pounds of pressure. We're going to come right around the side here. So we should start hearing some good jiggling action here pretty soon. In the meantime, Bud's kind of bummed out because he's wanting to play video games, and I'm like, no way, dude, you're going to hang out with Dad here. We're going to play some cards and kind of hang out. So set up this kind of makeshift table. We got this little piece of drywall and some crates. Oh, there it goes. No, that's good. So we'll check back in about 20 minutes. I'll be turning the gas down and removing this from the turkey burner and putting it up on our tiles here that we got set up
That took about an hour.
to cool off a little bit.
This is going to take about an hour.
No, it's going to take about 20 minutes. Okay, so our first batch is done. We're letting it cool down now. I just, after the 20 minutes or so, I lifted it off. There's still steam coming out of the way. We're just going to let that cool down a little bit. Got it over here on the ledge. Still got the turkey burner on. And now we're going to start canning with the this old National pressure cooker. It's been refurbished. We got new seals in here. This still works really well. And again, we'll turn it up until it's right at about 15. Try to keep it right there at 15 pounds for about 20 minutes, and then we'll let that cool down too. This is a relief valve here, and you can adjust that by turning this. This is a really good canner. Again, my grandma's canner. She used it a bunch. I need to get a replacement handle again on this because they're a little bit rotted. I mean, this one's still good, but as you can see, the one on this side broke off. So I need to go online and find a replacement handle. That, or take this off and then maybe try to get somebody to make one for me. We'll get this going. Got a lot of steam coming out of there. It's right at about 10 pounds, a little bit over. I've backed that screw out about a quarter turn. I might do a little bit more to help bring down the pressure in there to keep it right at about 10 pounds. Well, here's the first 7. And it looks like all of them are sealed, even the one that, I'm not sure what happened there, if the seal wasn't on right to begin with, but a bunch of the water boiled up. So we'll probably eat that, maybe even tonight. But all the other ones look good. You know, there's still plenty of water in there. They've all sealed. They're all cooling off currently. I just turned off the heat to this one. It's down about 5 pounds now as I'm letting it kind of cool off, and I got the steam relief valve open. So we'll have another 7 quarts there. It'd be interesting to see if all of them sealed. And then I've got another 7 or 8 more to do, and then I'll be done with the green beans. Okay, so a moment of truth here. I've got the other canner open. This is the one that we have trouble with the residue on the jars. I put some vinegar, about a teaspoon of vinegar in there. And the jars do look clear. You can see just a little bit of stuff on the lids, but I'm gonna pull some jars out here. So far, so good. You hear that popping noise? That's a good sign. So we've got 14 jars that we did, but one of them, kind of the oddball, lost all its water. So we're gonna eat those fresh, or the rest of them. So I got 13 jars here, quarts of green beans. We got another 5 where we've switched back to this canner here, just kind of alternating as we're doing this. We're also working on bread and butter pickles, which I'll kind of show you where we're at on that. So here's the bread and butter pickles. Right now we're trying to crisp them up. So basically it's just the cucumbers, there's about 12 of them. We're doing a double batch, and some red onion mixed together with salt. Got them in the bowl here with towel and ice cover to crisp them up. We can water bath can the pickles because of the acid content of the vinegar and all that. So anyway, probably may make a video about that as we go on. So just thought I'd give you a sneak peek for now. It's been a productive day so far, pretty relaxed day really. Canning on the turkey burner out here. We've got we'll have 24 quarts of green beans when it's all said and done. I'm on my last 7 right now using the old canner that we got from Dad. It was originally my grandma's. It's been refurbished a little bit. There it is. Again, this is pretty ideal to be canning like this outdoors on the turkey burner. The burner itself has a capacity to put out really a lot of heat. I mean, I could really get that flame cranking to heat it up quick, but so we've got it, you know, pretty decent heat. Just kind of keeping tabs on the gauge to let me know how much pressure's in there. Alright, well, we may make a video on the pickles. We'll see how that goes. Guess that's it for now. Until next time. Happy gardening. Bye.